went back to the garden and saw the beauty of everything and how they came together. I believe our lives are like that. We think nothing is fitting and that our lives are a mess, but there is a plan. You readers of this book could look at my life and think, how did she survive? How? You look at my life and you feel bad things of all the things that I went through. You could see my life and ask why. But I choose to look at my life through the eyes of the master planner, the master sculptor, the master chef. I choose to see my life as the creation of the master gardener and the master painter. I choose to view my life as an architect would, with all the plans set on paper, but then when the changes take place, he incorporates them to create something even grander. Our lives are lived. There are lots of twists and turns. There are lots of going up hills and down hills, a lot of rainbows and thunderstorms, but there's always a plan. We may not be privy to it all, but as it unfolds, we can see the plan for what our good and everything was working out. I look at my life as a path toward healing from the foundations of time. God had a plan for me. Some parts hurt me to the core, and other parts took my breath away and brought unstoppable tears. Sometimes his plan had me on the potter's wheel for what I felt like was way too long, and the fire longer than I had anticipated. But the greatest treasures in life are those that experience a fire. Life is all about choices and how we choose to take on every situation we experience. We can either turn it for good and let it destroy us and make us bitter. Every day I choose life, growth, and abundance. I know the stories that have been written about me and the stories that I've been told were the stories that led me toward the path of forgiveness. I have the privilege to look into the mirror every morning and see an overcomer, a champion, a warrior, a woman who thrived. I see a woman with a story, and that story created the hero who is part of my reflection every day. We all have many obstacles in our life, but if we choose to allow these obstacles to be life lessons instead of something that defeats us, we learn that there is a greater purpose for our lives. There is a greater design if we choose to allow the Creator to do his thing. I believe that God knew that a certain little girl on a specific Christmas morning was going to need this ragged up that she opened, and that she would name her Josephine Priscilla after an orphan on the Oregon Trail. God knew that a 6-year-old little girl was going to take a journey, and it wasn't always going to be easy. But he gave her something, a gift, and a treasure. This little rag doll was going to take a journey of a lifetime with a little girl. She was going to grow up with some horrific pain woven throughout her story. This is just as much Josephine's story as it is mine. Sometimes she was even the main character as she brought healing to a broken girl and helped bring her back to life.